We are living in a world where parents will give everything they have, pause their life, neglect their health just because of their children. And when it's now time for the children to take care of the parents, the children will now abandon the parents. This was the case of Mama and Papa. Welcome back to this interesting movie. Guys, do not forget that the only thing you can do for us to keep bringing out more movie reviews series on your way is to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment. Let me take you through everything that happened. This movie is one movie that everyone needs to watch because there are a lot of lessons to learn from it. Meet Papa and Mama, beautiful couple that got married, gave their children, they had 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys, and gave their children everything they had, neglected their health, everything about themselves just to secure or give their children the best of life. But what happened when it was not when it was not time for these same children to take care of their parents? They neglected them. Not just neglected them, some of them even denied having parents, except one. This is Chiagozie, the first child of this family. Chiagozie's case was so bad that Chiagozie stayed 15 to 20 years without coming back to check on his parents after he made money. God bless him. Do not forget that Mama and Papa sent 2 of their children, which is Chiagozie and Kelvin, to university. Kelvin is the second son. Papa at one point was building a house and was also paying school fees for his children. And when the wife fell sick, he couldn't continue again. Papa now decided to suspend the house. It was now uncompleted to focus on the wife. Meanwhile, he was done training the 2 boys in the university. And Chiagozie happened to met a girl called Anita, and they began their love life and building their life. And Chiagozie denied to Anita that these people were not his parents. In fact, on the day of their introduction, Chiagozie rented actors to play the role of his own parents. Chiagozie was the first son of Mama and Papa, but Chiagozie will stay 6 months and will not give the parents anything. If he has to give them something, Chiagozie was sending 20,000 naira in 6 months. And if that 20,000 naira does not finish, Chiagozie will not send money. Now, let's talk about Kelvin. Kelvin's case was so bad. Kelvin was the second son and the second child of this family. One of the children that Papa and Mama trained in university. Kelvin, for one day when he made money and God started blessing him. In fact, Kelvin started making money through using his parents for photo shoots, begging online, doing one thing or the other on the internet. But Kelvin will come to the village, do photo shoots with the parents, post it on all his social media platforms, telling stories of how he's suffering, taking care of his elder parents, doing this and that. But Kelvin will, for one day, never send anything to his own parents. Kelvin accepted to the public that these were his parents, but never for one day came to visit. The only time Kelvin comes around to visit the parents was when he wants to take picture. He will come with cameras, he would come with the press, they will be interviewing him, he will be telling lies of how he's taking care of them. And Mama and Papa are so kind. They didn't say no because they wanted to support everything their children was doing. They didn't want to say no because so that it will not be them that will stop what is happening in their children's life. So even when they are not happy in that situation, you will still see them trying to sit down to take picture. And after taking picture, Kelvin will just drive off without checking on the parents, without doing anything for them. This couple were neglected, Mama and Papa. This is Chidinma. Chidinma is the first daughter of this family. Chidinma was the one that did not go to university. Rather, while her other siblings were in the university, Chidinma decided to stay at home, taking care of the parents. And when life turned around, the siblings were doing well, they forget Chidinma and forgot Mama and Papa. And Chidinma continued staying in the village, taking care of the parents. Chidinma will reach out to the brothers, to the sister, because Chidinma had a little sister, but all of them will block Chidinma. In fact, Gozie will tell Chidinma that it is not up to 6 months since I send you 20,000 naira. You have to wait till 6 months before asking me for another 20,000. And sometimes Chima will try to explain, you know that Mama is sick, Papa is sick. I use my savings to buy drugs for them. Sometimes it's not enough. Please, we need your help. Agozie will go ahead. Agozie being the first child of this couple, that this couple gave up everything they have to send to school. Agozie will block Chidinma. For Chidinma to get Agozie again, Chidinma needs to hide her number or use another number. Meet Chelsea. Chelsea is a slave queen, the last born of the family. In fact, Chelsea denied having parents. Chelsea would tell people that these people, these old hags, according to her, that is how she referred to her parents. They are not my parents. Chelsea was living extravagant life. The elder brother was training her in the university, but it happened that she met a girlfriend that accepted her. The father was rich and she was now staying with those people. Chelsea will come to the village, but Chelsea will not go to see the parents. When the elder sister tried to reach Chelsea, I heard you came to this village. You did not even care to come and see after your parents. Chelsea will insult the elder sister, telling her how her life is dirty, how she cannot come to that village and stay with that wretched two hags. Chelsea was so bad. Chelsea did not look back. Chelsea was focused on living a baby girl life, denying her own parents. Meanwhile, these are the parents that gave them almost everything they wanted in life. And these guys continued. Chidinma was trying to take care of the parents, trying to reach out to the brothers. Kelvin, for one day, never sent money. Chiagozie will send once in a month. Then in 6 months. Then in the relationship of Chiagozie was about, doing marriage. He has already done introduction that he employed some actors to play the role of parents. When one day because he was blessed with a nice girl called Anita from a rich home, and Anita had a lot of questions in her mind. Sometimes Anita will come up, Chiagozie, let's go to your village. Chiagozie, take me to your village. I want to meet your family members. I want to do this. But Chiagozie will tell Anita that I'm still building my house. You have to wait when the house is ready so that we can go. But Anita continued disturbing Chiagozie until one day Chiagozie now decided to carry Anita to the village. And Chiagozie went to one house that another guy in the village was building, and Chiagozie was telling Anita that this is our house. Very soon the house will be completed, we'll move in. And Anita was so proud and was so happy. As Anita was there showing excitement, Chiagozie's uncle came and was asking Chiagozie, what are you doing in Ekene's house? And Agozie was trying to give the uncle sign, but the uncle disgraced him and said, stop doing your eyes like this. What are you doing in Ekene's house? This is Ekene's house. And Chiagozie was trying to cover up, telling the uncle that this and that, I gave Ekene the money to build, the house is mine. And Anita was like, what is happening? Things are not making sense. Why is your uncle saying that the house you told me is your house is Ekene's house? But he told Anita, let's go. Maybe this man is drunk. He's not mentally okay. So he carried Anita inside the car to going to see the parents, because Anita requested On the way, we already know that he was not going to go there. He switched and started answering call, that somebody called him in the office, that he needs to be there. But Anita was like, Chiagozie, you are the owner of your business. You have a manager. Let's finish what we have come to do. But he insisted that if he doesn't go back now, that things will spoil this and that. That was just his way of not taking Anita to the parents. He drove and they went home. One day, Anita saw an update that Kelvin, which Chiagozie had accidentally introduced to her as the only brother, even though they don't have communication, they don't visit each other, saw a story, an update that Kelvin made, posting the parents' picture that he always go to do fake photo shoot. And Anita was like, wow, why is it that Kelvin has different parents and you have another parents? Does it mean that you people are not siblings, but you told me that they are siblings? And Chiagozie lied again to Anita. Kelvin, these are the people that raised him, so he always referred to them as parents. Although Anita just said, but it was not settled. Anita will go to one of her friends complaining that I don't understand what is happening in this marriage. A lot of unanswered questions, a lot of things, even though I love Chiagozie, but there are some things I feel I am not connected to his people and their lot. The friend tried to tell Anita that maybe you are asking so much question, but later, the friend also understand and told Anita, in this time and age, we don't make the mistake of going into marriage without asking questions. We need to, ask questions and know the family we are going into. So guys, one day, Papa was so sick and Chidinma had to take Papa to the hospital because there was no money. But before Chidinma was able to take Papa to the hospital, Chidinma had reached out to the family, was calling even Chiagozie. Chiagozie was sleeping in the night. In fact, Chiagozie blocked Chidinma. Chidinma had no choice again that to take the little money she had, or she went to borrow money. She even went to reach out to Chelsea. Chelsea insulted her and did not give her anything. She now took the father to the hospital. And here is doctor, a young doctor that came from Canada, was so kind and loved Chidinma's spirit, how Chidinma was taking care of the parents. And doctor was secretly loving Chidinma, but was so considerate of Chidinma's situation, did not want to tell Chidinma how he felt because of everything Chidinma was going. And this doctor was just being extraordinary nice. He will use his money to buy drugs for Papa. He will bring food. He was just being that child that Papa needed. Doctor was so kind. So Papa was in admission and the doctor was taking care of him. And after some days, Papa was strong enough to go home, even though he still needed medical attention, but there was no money again. So Chidinma took Papa home and the doctor was now bringing medication with his money, bringing it for them at home, which they really appreciate. So one day after it, Chidinma decided to call on the siblings to tell them, Papa is really sick, he's not getting better, we need to do more for him. And they switched off, cut the phone on her again. That was when Chidinma said to herself, I'm going to teach them a lesson that they will learn the hard way. What did Chidinma do? Chidinma now put a call, went somewhere and hid the parents, and now put a call to the siblings that your parents are dead. And guys, Chiagozie was crying and was crying. He wanted to disgrace himself because at first when he received the news, he shouted and Anita asked, what is it? He now said, my parents are dead. Anita was like, your parents? And he said, no. I mean those couple that my brother Kelvin always posts on his picture. They are dead. They are like parents to us. And he went inside the bedroom and was crying, kuro tears. After that, guys, the next day he started packing to come to the village. Guys, he came to the village. Before coming to the village, Anita was like, I need to go with you as your wife to be, already your wife almost. Let me go with you. But he said, no, I need to go there and fix things before you will come. Stay back here. I will still come back. Maybe the second time we go. But Anita was so angry, but he insisted on leaving. So he now left and went to the village. And on getting there, Kevin was also coming. And guess what, guys? Kelvin was coming with his team of cameras, press people to come and take pictures and tell people emotional stories so that he will also get money. But this time, Chidinma disgraced Kelvin, telling all the press to put camera on her and told the whole world what Kelvin has been doing, how Kelvin has been doing everything. He destroyed Kelvin. He finished Kelvin. And Kelvin was so mad and angry, the press was asking, Kelvin, is what she's saying true? But Kelvin did not say anything. So guys, after that, Chidinma now gave the brothers instruction that none of you is allowed to live here. You people are going to sleep in this house that you people have insulted, this house that where your father was building, and because of training you people in school, he couldn't continue. That was how they now, Chiagozie wanted to go, but Chidinma said, you are not permitted to go. If you go, I will go and tell Anita everything. I will go and expose you. And the same threat he made it to Kelvin. So both of them had no choice than to stay, and they were so angry in the night. Even Chelsea came back. Chelsea wanted to go, but the elder brother Chiagozie told Chelsea, if you live here, I will stop training you in school. So Chelsea had no choice but to stay. All of them stayed, and they were in the night, they were just angry. Mosquito was biting them. They were just crying, weeping. Chidinma, leave us to go. You are witch, you are that. And Chidinma was like, enjoy what your parents have been enjoying for years. When you people had money, living in big house in Lagos, what did you do? You abandoned your old parents that gave you everything to be in this place. So guys, this thing continued, that the next morning Anita traced her way back to the village, and on coming to the village, Anita met the uncle that exposed Chiagozie when Chiagozie wanted to show Anita fake house. And the uncle brought Anita, and Anita came in the middle of the whole argument, and Anita heard everything, and Anita was so mad. At first, Anita wanted to go, but the friend was encouraging her, let's leave this place. Anita said, I will not leave here until I happen to find all the answers to all my questions. So guys, this continued, that one day they were having arguments, and the next morning Papa and Mama came in, and it was a shock to them. They were like, Chidinma, I thought you said that Mama and Papa are dead. What are they now doing? What is this? And guys, they got angry. They were like, Kelvin was like, I'm living here. Chelsea was, I'm living here, this and that. But that was, at that moment, Chiagozie has started receiving sense, and Chiagozie knelt down to greet the parents. The parents greeted him back, and as Kelvin was about to go, the mother tried to help Kelvin, my son, but Kelvin pushed the mother, and the mother fell down, and Kelvin left. On Kelvin driving in that anger, pushing the mother had already been rushed to the hospital. Kelvin had accident, and Kelvin gave up. And I feel like what happened to Kelvin because Kelvin was one of the most wicked children. Like, Kelvin was not worthy to be called a child. So I feel like that was the reason why what happened to him happened. So Mama was rushed to the hospital. In the process of being in the hospital, all of them were there taking care of Mama. But one day, Mama blessed Chidinma. And as Mama was blessing Chidinma, Chiagozie was like, Mama, bless me now. Say something good to me. Mama looked at Chiagozie and closed her eyes and gave up. And all of them started crying. They were crying. In the process of crying, they received the news that Kelvin is gone. Chidinma fainted. After recovering from that, where Chantel or Chitel, whatever her name is, was staying, the girl, the friend, found out that Chantel was actually sleeping with the father, and the girl, which happened to be the friend, used something and smashed her head, and she was brought back, rushed to the hospital. And guys, everything was just like that. So in the night, when they have settled down, Chidinma has stopped crying, Mama gone, Kelvin gone, the little baby, their last born was in the hospital. So Chidinma now asked them to go home, that she will stay and take care of the situation. They need to rest. But Anita said, I'm going to stay with Chidinma, and told the husband to take my friend, take her to the hotel, let her go and rest. You go and take care of your father. I will stay with Chidinma. So they left. And guys, in the night, Anita and Chidinma, the doctor bought food for Chidinma, and Chidinma and Anita was eating when Chidinma started pleading to Anita on behalf of the elder brother. I know my elder brother is not a good person. I know he has done a lot of things, but please, can you give him a second chance? I can't afford not to have you as my sister-in-law. I love you and I want to have you in our family. Please stay with my family. Please give him a second chance. Put him on test. If he failed that test, please leave him, but please give him a second chance. And Anita said, I love your brother and I will think about it. Meanwhile, Gozie was at home with Anita's friend, and both of them were taking care of Papa. Anita's friend was actually feeding Papa when Agozie came and said, let me feed my father. And Chiagozie collected the food, and as he was feeding the father, it was hard for the father to eat. The father was crying, and Chiagozie was telling the father, please, 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 don't do this, do not cry. And later, the friend of Anita was asking Chiagozie, why did you abandon your father? What happened? And Chiagozie was just telling stories that, things was a kind of hard, they suffered a lot. Sometimes when he remember his parents and think of going home, he will feel that he's going back to poverty because of the trauma of poverty. And the friend of Anita told him that you are lucky. People like them, their own parents, after suffering, and it was now time for them to enjoy the fruit of their labor, they died. But look at you, you had two parents that prayed for you, that loved you. Instead of you taking care of them, you abandoned them. Anyway, you can still make it up to your father now that your father is still alive. So guys, after everything, as they were still talking, both of them were talking about Mama's death, when Papa now came out and overheard that the wife is dead, and Papa fainted. So they brought Papa to the hospital, rushed Papa, and Chidinma was asking them, why did you tell Papa? They said that we didn't tell Papa, he just overheard it. Papa was admitted. And later the next morning, Papa got himself, all of them were sitting near Chelsea, I now remember her name. And Papa was now telling them the whole story, how their mother sacrificed their lot. In fact, that what happened to their mother, the sickness, the long-term sickness, was after she gave birth to Chelsea that everything started. And that was when Chelsea got emotional and was like, nobody told me, you people did not tell me. And Papa told Chelsea that parents don't tell their children everything. Sometimes they choose to keep some things to avoid stress on them. And Chelsea was so emotional, saying, I didn't even know that my mother suffered all this because she had me this and that. And guys, that was how they made peace, everything. They came back, and they were having meeting. All of them were sitting together. Chiagozie and Anita was telling Papa that, Papa, it is time to clean up now that burial is over. Please give us the opportunity to take you and Chidinma to the city so that we can take care of you, while Chidinma will focus on her life. She's supposed to be married and living her life, but because of family, she has been stuck. We need her to focus on her life. And everybody was so happy, getting ready. And Anita told Papa that, I have given your son a second chance. Let's see how things goes. I love you people and I want to be part of it. It was so beautiful. And as they were still sitting there talking, very peaceful environment, the doctor walked in and greeted everybody, said he wanted to check on Papa and also wanted to see Chidinma. So he called on Chidinma to come and see him outside. Chidinma came, and the doctor told Chidinma that, I am not actually living in this village. I just came here for, some training, which I'm done. I'll be going to Canada. And Chidinma was like, oh, doctor, we are going to miss you. You're such a kind doctor, even though you are the youngest in the hospital, but you do a lot. But the doctor said, you're going to miss me is based on the decision you take now. Because if you take the decision I want, you are not going to miss me. And Chima was like, what are you trying to say? And the doctor went straight to the point to tell Chidinma, all this while I have always loved you, I've been loving you, but because of everything you are facing, I felt it would be insensitive for me to tell you my plans. Chidinma, will you marry me? And Chidinma was like shocked. And yes, Chidinma accepted. And both of them went together to meet the whole family where they were sitting. And Chidinma was telling the family, Papa, I'm not sure I'll be going with you to Lagos again to stay with my brother. And they were like, why? Chidinma, why? What do you mean? And Chidinma said, because I will be living abroad. And that was when the elder brother now noticed and was like, what is going on? What is going on? And the doctor now told them that I've been loving Chidinma, I've had feeling for her, but because of everything, I chose to keep it to myself. Please, Papa and everyone, can you people give me the privilege to marry Chidinma and let her go with me to Canada? And everybody was so happy. Chelsea was like, Chidinma, so fast. It was so beautiful, like the reunion. And they accepted. Papa told Chidinma and the doctor to kneel down. They prayed. It was so beautiful. See, I don't know what will make a child, even if your parents did not train you, for the fact that they brought you into this world, nurtured you when you could not see, when you could not talk, when you could not cross the road alone, when you could not make decisions, they were there for you. That alone is enough for you not to abandon them. Then talk more of those ones that will not give you everything, suspend their life. In the case of Papa even neglected his health. And what did you people do? You abandoned him. Now your mother is dead. She died in suffering. Is a lesson to every child. Learn to take care of your parents while they are alive. Not when they are gone, you start come and be doing burial like Big Joe, throwing millions, doing this. Learn to take care of your parents. Don't allow peer pressure. You want to belong to the rich people's class. You want to this fake life everywhere to detach you from denying your family, where you come from, your family member. Love them, care for them. When God start blessing you, take care of them. It is a lesson to every. Look at the blessing that Chidinma is enjoying because of how she took care of her parents. Guys, share your lessons with me. Share everything you learned about this movie. Love, subscribe, and I'm going to see you in the next one. For now, bye.